Hey, all this week we've been talking about Emmanuel, God is with us, and what happens whenever we recognize that we're not alone, that God is with us. When that takes place, I said you can kind of do an MRI, a spiritual MRI. You can recognize that when you know God is with you, it empowers you to change your mind. It empowers you to change your resolve. It empowers you to change your identity. When I know that God is with me, so today I just want to remind you that every chapter of Matthew's gospel and every chapter of your life can be filled with the awareness that God is with us. In Matthew chapter 4, there's a story of Jesus calling his early disciples. And it starts out with a story of Jesus meeting Andrew and Peter, who are both fishermen. And Jesus calls to them and says, "Come, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." Well, what's really powerful is that these two guys who had their own plans, and their plan was to do what they've always done, and their plan was to do what their father had done, and that was to be fishermen. That was their plan. But at the intersection of their plan and God's, they chose to follow Jesus and become fishers of men. They chose to leave their nets and follow him. Like those guys, you and I, sooner or later, will come to a crossroads where it's our plans or his. And when we say to God, we want your plans, all of a sudden we recognize that, wow, rather than out of my situation, I can invite Jesus into my situation. I can discover what the ancient Latin philosopher said so well. He said, Cicero, to escape the things that harass you, what is needed is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. Isn't that good? To escape the things that harass you, the things you want out of, what is needed is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. When we invite God to be with us, it gives us a new plan because we changed our mind. It gives us a new power because we have a new resolve. It gives us a new identity because we are trusting God to make us a different person right where we are. In this chapter of your life, would you simply invite him? I want to encourage you, as we start the new year, January 15th, I'll be starting a new series called Under the Influence. Because you and I are under the influence of so much, but what if we were under the influence of Jesus? All next year long, we are dedicating ourselves as a church to empower and equip you, the folks that connect with Yosemite Church, to recognize how to stay in step with God so we know he's with us, so we know we're under his influence. I hope you'll join us. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless.